Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are heading to the Rival League where we have an absolute fantastic match. 5th seed Gravelords taking on the 6th seed Arrival. And I'm joined in the booth with Seabiscuit. Seabiscuit, how are you doing?
Doing good. Excited to cast and get some free scouting at the same time in this match.
Now, both of us have the fortune of being Rival League players here, so we've both played these teams. Um, what do you see out of these teams, and who do you think is going to take this matchup?
Well, if you refer to my playoff bracket predictions that I put in, I foresee a rival winning this match. I think Merely and Sky are just two very talented players with Nemi as well, who is also doing well himself, making a little name for himself. And I just think they're a really good team who can stand with anybody on a given day. But not to take away from Panthers, who do, in their own right, have a good team with Miles, Coop, and I can't remember the last guy. I think it's like Mayo, I think. Miles being the reigning challenger MVP from last season, stole that from me. um, they could put up a fight, but I think I gotta lean towards a rival going on today.
Yeah, I think both teams look good. Uh, Gravelords have been kind of slumping, and Arrival's been on the up and up. Arrival sitting one of their players that got Player of the Week, so we'll see how that decision turns out. But regardless of who wins, Biscuit, it's a tough road ahead, as the winner of this game goes on to play the loser of Vortex versus Lightspeed.
And those are two very good teams, and it's going to be a hard matchup for either one of these teams to win here. But they will be coming off a win versus a team with a loss, and momentum can carry over in situations like that.
Absolutely. And as you viewers know, those of you that have been watching already, this is a best of seven. These two teams have not played a best of seven this season, so we'll see how the marathon plays out. So what is your prediction? Did you already mention it?
Yeah, I gotta go with a rival. I can't vote against Big Mur. I mean, we
Okay.
love Big Mur around here, and I don't like voting against him because he'll yell at me later, and I love him.
Well, I'll have to give it to Gravelords just for the sake of some adversity here on the stream, but either way, it's going to be a good match. We're just waiting for everyone to join up, and we will get right into the action. Uh, who is your player to watch in this series, Seabiscuit?
I think I gotta go. I gotta go with. Oh God, that's a hard choice. I think I'm gonna go Zap because Zap, he's a player that not a lot of people talk about, and I think he can make or break it for Gravelords. Sorry, I was not ready for Steel to save Zap's shot as I was talking about Zap.
Yeah, absolutely. Zap, as you see there, definitely has pop-off potential, and unfortunate that he didn't get that goal there is merely looking to counterattack, but still trying to make up for that previous mistake. And Kaio shoots on an open net, and merely the antibody himself gets back to make a great save. But Gravelords still looking to keep pressure and get this ball back into a rival's half as Zap to steal popped up. No one in shooting position, as it seems like Kaio was just a little too far forward. Uh, Steal to Zap, but merely double tapping this one out. And merely Seabiscuit is another one of those players with great mechanics to watch out for.
Really is a dangerous man, and if you let him get some space, I've seen a clip of him in a triple flip reset, so he definitely has mechanics to blow. And if you give him space to blow those mechanics, he might be the one on the receive end of that grenade.
Yeah, definitely would not want to get clipped on, especially in the finals or in the playoffs. That
Finals, man, we
sorry,
both lost already.
yeah, we both lost. We're out. But in
Tough.
the playoffs, that would be absolutely devastating to get clipped on. As Sky passing it across the box, but no one there to follow it up. As merely taking a shot and steal with a great save off his post. Nimi looking to put some pressure on now as a double commit comes out of the Gravelords. We'll see if our rival can capitalize on it, but it doesn't look like they can. As Zap to steal with a great passing play.
I'm guessing 87 on that one. 86. Oh, great pass by Zap though, right across, reading it perfectly, and neither a rival defender able to react to that. And I don't even think if they could have, they had a chance of saving that. That thing was moving.
Yeah, that was a absolutely phenomenal pass and a well-placed shot. Something you like to see in the rival league. Hopefully, we'll get to see a little more of that. As Sky trying to send it to Merely, but that's immediately cut off. Zap sending it across, trying to find his teammates. Both of them don't go for it, but Merely plays it to the corner instead of the net. Deal with a good 50 forward. Nimi cutting it off, but can't follow it. Zap sending it down to nobody. It looked like he had some passing options there, but Steele gonna follow it up. A miss in the box, two misses in the box as Steele plays it back in. And Biscuit, how in the world did they not get punished for that? As a matter of fact, they get rewarded as Sky with the backboard read.
You know, risk and reward, Squirrel. Risk and reward. You know, when you're risking double fake on your goal line instead of clearing the ball, you sometimes get rewarded with just a quick counter attack, which guy was the beneficiary of that one. Beneficiary? Beneficiary. That's the word.
Yeah, one of those words. I don't know English, but
Yeah.
a great turnaround as Sky evening it up. Steele trying to put some pressure on to hopefully get another lead as he steals a boost. Kaio gets demoed. I thought he would be the one to demo there, but Zap fakes one. Merely there to support as Merely gets it by Steele. Kaio to Zap. Zap off the wall back to Kaio. Kaio with a good shot, but Sky stuffs him on the goal line. Nemi sends it to Merely. Merely with a not great touch as Steele plays it off the backboard. That's straight down. Zap is there to put it in.
Feel bad for them. I mean, this is the most like just depressing position to be in. You're in your net. You're like, oh, I want to jump at it, but it's just so hard to read. And Zap says, "Here, I'll hand you a book and teach you how to read this one." Because unlike us, I think Zap knows English a little bit.
I would hope so. And his in parentheses it says he's in a slump, but I think he's playing pretty great right now. As Kaio looking to send it to Zap, but he puts it behind him in a feels backflip as Nemi has an open net, but still recovered quickly. Zap looking to dribble this one, but merely pops it up. Another high ball off the ceiling. Nemi just sends it straight up again. Kaio straight up for the fifth time. And finally, merely going to make progress on this ball as Zap gets cut off by Merely. Steele down to the middle. Nemi there, played off to the corner. This is going to be a bad bounce, but Steele can't quite get it. Kaio popping it up. Sky plays it down, and with 1 minute left, and the score 2-1, but it seems very back and forward, Biscuit.
Just back and forth, feeling each other out. You kind of expect something like this in game one of the playoffs. I mean, you're a little nervous. You don't know what your team plays like. You haven't seen each other in a while in some cases, and feeling it out here. And so far, Gravelords have just felt it out a little better than a rival.
Yeah, and both teams playing really solid right now as Kaio has to backflip that one to his corner. A good pinch by Zap, merely off the wall, but no one from his team to follow it as Zap plays it across. Deal can't quite get there as Kaio plays it into a rival's corner. This ball popped up for Merely, who's going to play it into the wall. Steele gets beat. Zap sends it forward, but just giving the possession away. And with 8 seconds left, all Gravelords have to do is hold on as they're keeping the pressure on. Nimi trying to put together their last scoring opportunity, pops it up, but Steele gonna cut it off, and the ball hits the ground, and Gravelords do in fact take game one.
Yeah, and I don't want to sound like a downer, but kind of a sloppy game out of both teams. I mean, a few missed touches here or there really led to a lot of the goals, and I think it'll clean up going into game two. And I I want to just I'm not calling him out too hard, so no one roasts me yet, but I want to see a little more out of Nemi because if you're gonna bench Krippus for him, he's got to pull his weight like Krippus would have.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely need some more productivity out of him. The only thing he registered is a shot. Um, so just a little bit more out of them, and they could take a game off of Gravelords. It was really close, uh, and I think game two is going to be better for both teams just because they got those nerves out of the way.
Calm nerve, calm mind, and That's when you start playing better. That's a big part of playoffs that people don't realize is if you get nervous, it gets 10 times harder to win. You got to be able to take a deep breath, let it all soak in, and play your game like you normally would, or the other calm team could win on any given day.
Absolutely, and I don't want to make too many early predictions here, but we've had a game 5, a sweep, and then a game 5. So, if history is to repeat itself, Biscuit, this should be a sweep.
I'm thinking game 7. I think that's what you also
Oh,
meant
yeah,
to.
I don't know. I'm so used to
Ooh.
regular season as Kaio buries an open net.
Yeah, just merely getting caught going for boosts and tries to make it there just in time, but Kaio just faster, just better on that one and gets it bar down skis a little bit.
Yeah, and I've got to get regular season out of my mind as this definitely is a best of 7, not 5, as Nemi plays it to the corner. Nemi following it up himself. It's a great touch to the middle for Sky, who plays it off the backboard. Kaio beats Merely with that touch. Following it himself, what's he going to do? Passes it to Steel, and Steel bangs it off the crossbar, and Zap can't get the follow-up. Nemi just gives the ball to Kaio. Kaio, no boost, but gets a great 50. Sky plays it up the wall. Steel to Kaio. Kaio down to Zap. Zap gets stuffed, and it's a overcommit, but a rival not able to get there. And Biscuit, this game seems like it's all Gravelords so far.
Gravelords all the time. They're just digging a grave for the rival team, and Steel Iron gets another shot.
Yeah, and a great pass by Kaio, and Sky can't quite get it, and Nemi just a little too slow. Steel Iron, 69 mile per hour banger,
Nice.
uh, redeeming himself after that crossbar that he missed. And was that a fake kickoff? And Steel passes it right to Sky, who puts it in an open net.
Yeah, that one didn't work. Whoever their coach is saying pull out the fake right there, he needs to get a quick fine or something because that one really bit them in the butt. Like, just, I mean, fakes can look cool if you get a shot, but when something like that happens, you just look flat out silly.
Yeah, and that's a big momentum changer. Is Kaio whiffs this ball, and Zap has to bail him out. But you never want to give up your go-ahead goal. So now, it seems like a rival always has a chance in this one, even if the clock hits 0. As Steel gets 50, and Kaio plays it to the center. Steel sends it across to nobody, but Kaio going to pinch it, gets a good pinch. Zap looking to cause some trouble, but can't, as Kaio gets dunked by Nemi. Steel with a good read on the backboard, as Zap sends it past the defense. Steel chasing it down, trying to pass this middle, gets a good pop up. No one from Gravelords there to follow it, as a triple commit there on the side leaves the net a little exposed, and Nemi can't quite get it, as ever since that fake kickoff, Biscuit, it seems like the pressure has kind of been in a rival's favor.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to break the tension for your team and getting a goal, no matter how it comes. Especially with Guy's case, he kind of missed a few there earlier in game 1. Just getting something, seeing it going in the net, can be a big change. Just kind of like how you look at like NBA basketball players. If you're missing a bunch of threes, you need to go ahead and get yourself a layup and break open, and kind of get that cold streak over with.
Yeah, the Rocket League is all about momentum, and hopefully Gravelords didn't make a mistake by giving them that free goal. As Steel with a back pass, don't see that too often. Zap looking to control this one, can't quite get it middle though, as Nemi and Sky double commit on that ball. Nemi trying to get a 50, but he gets it over him clean. Kaio trying to bump Merely, but Merely jumps over it and gets a good air dribble out to the backboard. Steel with a good, not so great read, but a good follow up, as Merely looking to put it to the backboard. Zap trying to get this ball out of their half, as it seems like they've been on defense for a large majority of this, as
Oh,
Kaio sends it down. Nemi makes a good touch. This ball to the middle, but Nemi sends it away, as it seems like the action has died down for a bit. And Seabiscuit, what do you think a rival needs to do to just get that one extra goal? to push this to a tied game.
I think they needed just a good, clean, easy pass, something where you just kind of hit it across right to the midfield, not save your own teammate's shot. Um, just something nice and easy where you can get a shot out of it. Because a lot of the stuff they're looking for is just like big bangs and not much passing really involved, and haven't seen much out of them. And all three players in this team can score. All they need is one easy little pass, and it's in. Kind of like that.
And that's it. I guess not too happy that they saved their own shot earlier, as merely plays it off the backboard to Nimi, and Nimi gets a great read, bar down.
Good read, and that's what we need to see out of them. I mean, we called them out last game. This game, top of the leaderboard by far.
Yeah, absolutely a great performance, one that we would expect out of this Arrival squad, as Nimi sends it down to Steel. Steel to Kaio. Kaio to the back wall. This ball awkward. Zap there. Zap fakes one, but Sky there to send it away, as Gravelords looking a little rough right now, as merely fakes one. Steel, a good clear. Zap looking to follow it, as Gravelords holding possession down the field. This is a shootable ball. Zap just can't quite hit the goal, as Kaio plays it back in, and Steel overcommits a little bit. And Biscuit, I don't know about you, but that overcommit as a third man seems to be something that Gravelords have done this series and this season.
And they're living and dying by the overcommit, and they need to be careful with that, because if a rival starts noticing that like we are, they're going to take advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as that third man overcommits, it's easy to get a ball down there. Zap looking to make magic happen on 0 seconds, but unfortunately cannot get it to happen, as this kickoff goes in favor of a rival, Nimi to the backboard. Steel sending it down to Kaio. Kaio with a shot, and it's going to be saved by Sky. A good counter-attack opportunity there by the Gravelords, as Nimi plays this one off the wall. Steel beats him to it. Steel looking to bump him. Can't quite get there. Zap puts a weak shot. Another ball down, and Zap somehow scored that.
What a shot. I mean, Zap just kind of giving that little pop-off potential. Gets the ball off the wall. No players from a rival able to really contest that, and he just gets a nice little ground bounce pinch thingy. It's not really a ground pinch, but kind of is, you know what I'm saying? Into the net, and that's game two. And rival really needs to figure something out before it gets really dangerous. And we're looking at the only way they can win is reverse sweep potential.
Yeah, as Gravelords take a nice 3-2 win to go up 2-0 in the series. I had no clue that Zap was even going to touch that ball. I thought Kaya was coming in, and it looked like there were two defenders there, and then all of a sudden the ball just popped out into the net. And before that, though, Zap had no stats on the board. That was his one shot and his one goal. So
Big
he
players
didn't
make big time plays.
he didn't do much, but he came up clutch
Yeah.
as we are heading into game three. And is there anything at all that a rival can do differently in like their rotation to just
Um,
get an edge in this series?
A big thing I've noticed out of the Gravelords is a lot of times when the ball ends up in a rival's half, they always have someone sitting out in the midfield. And a rival's been going for a lot of clears into the midfield, so if they're going to bang the ball now, they really got to look to bang it all the way down the field into their half. But I'd personally prefer if they'd start looking for a little more dribble out clears instead of bangs, because you got people waiting in the midfield every time. So they just can't relieve any pressure. And more pressure, more goals get scored on you type thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's great insight from the team captain of the #1 team in Rival League. Maybe these teams, if they're listening, will take that advice to heart. As Steele with a good clear downfield, Zap in a one-on-one, can he make it happen? And he gets it over merely. A great dribble by Zap.
I need to see this again. It looked like Zap was like a foot away from the ball here when he hit it past him. Nope, he was right there. Wow. I need to get my eyes checked. Just a great shot by Zap, and you got to feel for Mealy there. You're going one way and the ball's going the other. You got hit with the old rope-a-dope
Yep,
move.
always a tough one when the ball's coming straight at you. Is Kaio and Zap both up for this, and merely with a great save. Steele keeping the pressure on, and a great shot. Steel Iron doing what he does best.
Yeah, and just neither Nemi or Sky jumping here. Just kind of letting Steel have free reign to figure out how to hit that ball as hard as he wants. And great read by Steel, but you gotta just think if Nemi or Sky even just hit their jump button, he might have panicked just enough to not get a great shot there.
Yeah, and not great defense there in the first minute of this game is Kaiho putting on more pressure, but Sky with a big clear right into Steel, who's waiting, but Steel doesn't get a great touch, and Zap fortunately is quick enough to get there as Sky 50s this one with Kaiho going again. Awkward ball. Zap's got to get a good touch, and he does right to Steel in the corner. Steel fakes one, 50s another one. Big clears. He's gonna try to pass this one. Nemi sends it to his own corner, somewhere safe. Plays it back middle, but he gets bumped. Kaio in a one-on-one with Sky. Sky with an impeccable save on the goal line. Steel looking to keep the ball in. Merely trying to control this one out. Maybe he was listening to you, Biscuit, but the pressure from Gravelords just too much right now.
Gravelord just bearing down like a wild hurricane or something. I don't know what else to describe it as. Just coming at these arrival defenders left and right and really making them have to work hard on low boost and low time to figure out where the ball's going. And it's hard to stop stuff
Oh
like
my
that.
god. Wow. Kaya with a good clear down to Zap, and Zap is absolutely peaking right now. 77 to the right side of the net.
That was an absolute Bagner. Just full
Wagner?
power. Bagner.
I don't think I've ever heard that one before, Biscuit, but I like it. As Nivi looked like he was trying to get one of his own. Kaya off the backboard, and he reads it, but he hit it a little too early. Steel playing this one back in, and with 2.5 minutes left, Biscuit, it's not looking great for Arrival right now.
It's not looking great. They can't seem to get their offense going, and it's really sad. They need to capitalize on stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's a prime example.
yeah, good ball from these is a triple commit on the goal line. Biscuit, what is happening right now?
I don't know. That was, I mean, Gravelords, they must have been pregnant because it looked like they were having triplets right there or something. I don't know.
The synchronized dance team, as Nimi looking to put another one in, making it an interesting game, but sent away. Steel plays it off the wall. Kaios looking to send it downfield, takes a shot off the backboard. Zap is up. Does Zap read it? Zap does, but he shoots it low. Nimi with an easy save. Kaio sacrifices himself for the clear as Steel going for the ball, puts a great shot on net, bar down, and it goes in.
Jeez. The air game of this Gravelord team is looking very intimidating. I mean, these are a lot of pretty hard redirects they're putting in. I mean, not that people in Rival can't hit redirects like this, but the pace at which they are putting them on, just absolute bagners every time, right at the net.
Yeah, a great performance from the number 5 seed, and you would not expect it. They are playing great. Honestly, if they played this great when they played us this season, we'd probably be right here and they'd be the number 2 seed. But
Damn.
I guess we just got fortunate as Steel makes a great save from Sky. Sky doesn't quite get the read, but Zap just leaves it open net, but Steel races back to get it. Nemi trying to control this one, gets a good pass, but Kaio sends it down. Zap there. Zap gets beat out by Sky, but Kaio has a free touch. Sends it to Nemi, who's gonna give this one to Steel, and Biscuit. Neither team can hold the ball right now as they just keep giving it back and forth.
It's like it's Christmas or something, but like just with the ball. Each team just giving the other team the ball, saying, "Here, you go try to do a fun passing play or solo play, and we'll play defense. All right, now your turn to go for a passing play or solo play." It's like when you get in those random casual like 1v1 lobbies. I know not a lot of people probably won't play 1v1 casual, but you just kind of take turns going for stuff that you know you can't do, and then waste 5 minutes to score 0 goals. Yeah, that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah, except instead of 0 goals, it's Gravelords with 4, Arrival with 1, and with 45 seconds left, Biscuit, what are the odds that Arrival makes this comeback?
I bet if you ask Vegas, pretty low, and if you ask Merely, 92%.
92, I like it. Merely always has confidence in his team as he can't quite get the touch there. Zap to Kaio, back to Zap, almost with the clip, but still OP, formerly Still Iron, makes a great shot.
Yeah, just I mean, if you would have got this back in the Zap, I think I would have had to go home, take a nap, come back later. Even home, I would have had to find a new home to go to. That would have been hot, but still a clean passing play that you can't complain about if you're a caster.
Yeah, love to see clips like that. Makes things interesting, but it's looking like with 15 seconds left, the Gravelords, the only thing they can do is to make this more interesting is Brazil, but Arrival about to go down 3-0 in the series. Biscuit, what do you do? Do you bring in Crip? Do you ride the roster out? Like, what would you do if you were in Merely's position?
I don't think you can bring in Crip at this point. With him kind of rooting for the other team, do you actually bring in the guy who's that mad that he wants to root for the other team? Server reset, bog. Um, but I think they just need to figure it out. And luckily for Arrival, they are a Rocker Man org, so they have the script. The script is an option. It can always be rewritten, and a reverse sweep can always happen.
Script is, in fact, in their favor. But you make a great point. Do you bring in the guy that's rooting for the wrong team here? But if you're if you're a rival, your back's kind of against the wall here. And I know Crip was a big proponent in getting them this far. Um, as it looks like merely joins the lobby before everyone is ready. So
He's just
uh,
warming up his fingers.
yeah, someone had to, I guess. But
But sometimes back against the wall is good. When your back's against the wall, it's when you play the hardest, and maybe they figure something out here because you got nothing less left to lose. So might as well go out. And sometimes you actually find something that works.
that's true. The most dangerous dog is the one that's backed into the corner, as they certainly are, is Steel with a good 50, but a great save by Sky. Kaio leaving this ball for Merely pops it up, but good backboard defense by the Gravelords sends this one down the field. Sky, looking to maintain pressure, pinches it across, but no one there, as Kaio and Zap pinch it right into the waiting arms of an Arrival player. Nemi gets 50'd out to the right, Merely up. Kaio cuts that one off. Nemi sends it across. Sky is there, but Steel just a little too fast, as Merely sending this one to Zap. A good clear as Arrival taking some early shots on the Gravelords defense, and Sky's over that ball. Pun absolutely intended, as Kaio finds an insane angle.
And I was about to compliment Arrival there. That was the most pressure, consistent pressure we'd seen on them a whole minute. And they got the shot, they got the look, but Sky unable to connect, and then Kaio and the Gravelords just take off running like some crazy dogs and finish off a shot. And now they just got to hold on for 4 minutes to win this series.
Yeah, and I agree. Absolutely, like good pressure there from Arrival, but an unfortunate counterattack and a great shot as as Kaio gives them the go-ahead goal to take the series. Zap popping this one back down to Kaio. Kaio with a shot, but merely in the right spot to save that one. Uh, Awkward ball. Merely finally gets there. Steal popping it up, following it himself. Gets a good 50 with Sky as Kaio popping this one back up. Zap there. Zap shot just wide as Sky is going to play it downfield. Another good follow-up as Nemi goes up and can't quite get it as Steel clears this one out of his half. Nemi playing it back to his own corner. Not a bad idea as he goes for an air dribble. And with 3 minutes left in this game, possibly the series, what do you expect Arrival to do? Do you expect them to go all offense, or do you expect them to try something new as Steel puts in another one?
I'll answer your question in a second. Just a great 50 there by Kaio, and Nemi not able to make the read, and Steele just nice little slow roll there right underneath him into the net. But I don't know. I think at this point you just got to go for everything. I think you got to figure it out. I mean, if you don't figure it out, obviously you're going home anyway. So you got next season to talk about, but they're just letting Gravelords have their way with them like a. I was about to say something I can't say in stream, so never mind. Just move on.
I'll
Mhm.
pretend like I don't know what you're talking about
Yeah, 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 yeah.
as Kaio and Steel are looking to get a little freestyle here. Might be a little too early though, as there's still 2.5 minutes left. As Arrival on the counterattack, Kaio with a good save. Sky with another good ball sent away by Kaio, who's gonna follow up his own touch. Nemi almost beat him to it. Steel looking to do something with it, sends it to Zap. Zap balls up. Kaio's waiting on the back wall as he's gonna pressure this Nemi from behind. Steel, a good pass across to Zap. Zap sends it down. Steel has an open net to shoot on, and Steel hits those.
Well, not in the words of Sid the Sloth, they did not choose life. They're really aggressive there on the offensive push, just trying to find any way to get a goal, and it just let. I mean, Steele, nice shot, but I mean, you didn't have to do much to work for that one, brother.
But hey, the stats look good as 3-0, a flip reset attempt coming out there with Zap, merely sending it downfield as they still have a minute 40 left. There's still a shot as Zap playing this one down to Kaio. Kaio sends it downfield. Sky back far enough as merely looking to control this one. Sends it up. Zap clears it away as I don't know about you, Biscuit, but Gravelords are looking better than they looked all season right now.
Look scary. They look like a hard team to beat, and unfortunately for me, versus you, I'll have to deal with them at least sooner than you could possibly have to, and not looking forward to that day already.
That's true, and I can guarantee. Oh, a team bump comes out, and a Kaio with a great save. As I was gonna say that I can guarantee you, none of these teams are looking forward to seeing you guys. As Zap puts a shot up, but Nimi with a good save. Kaio pops it up, going for his double touch, but Sky sends it downfield, and with 40 seconds left, a rival needs to score right now if they want a shot at not getting swept.
It's not looking good. Just gonna say it's not looking good. They're just stuck in their half, and Gravelord's pretty much been freestyling since 2.5 minutes, and Arrival just not able to find their stride in this series, and it sucks because you want playoffs to be exciting, but this has been a sad game for Arrival. I'm not trying to dog them or anything. They can play better in this, and I think on a different day this could have gone the other direction, but pretty much
Yep.
statistically we're done here now.
Absolutely, is all that's left is for the time to hit 0, and there's always going to be that question, what if Crip played? And unfortunately, we'll never know the answer to that, as I'm pretty sure last time these two teams met, a rival was the victor in that series, as some a potential stat padding as Gravelords take the series in phenomenal fashion.
Pretty sure that's two of Rocker Man's teams out today. Just saying, Rocker Man. Just
Mm.
saying. But just
So
a great series. I mean, it sucks it was a sweep, but great series just to see Gravelords proving themselves is why they can be a competitor in this rival league with so many big name teams like the Pineapples. You got Hydra, you got Lightspeed, you got Vortex, you got so many teams that everyone just looks at as really good, and these two kind of being looked down on, and Gravelords making a statement, sweeping a rival, and a lot of people, myself included, had picked a rival above them. So
yeah, even in my bracket, I at least gave a rival one win. Usually, it's really hard to sweep in these best of sevens, but Gravelords did it, and that keeps the trend of this stream so far of game 7 sweep, game 7 sweep. So if it holds true, this next series that we have for you should be a game 7. So make sure you tune in for that.
pretty
It's going
solid.
to be an absolute great game with some pretty great casters.
I don't know if I won Game 7. That's my Dragons team, man. I don't know if my heart can take that. I had to do it with Drake's.
Hey, we got to do it for the content, and thank you, Seabiscuit, for joining me on this one, and everyone watching. I hope that you join us for the Titan League action. Wait, is it Titan League?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Venganza versus
Dragons.
Dragons. I don't know why I was thinking Drakes, but it should be
Yeah.
an absolute great game. We hope for you all to join us. Shout us out get your friends in here. Let's run those viewers up as we are looking to for some great action and hopefully a game 7.
Oh yeah.